Oh, good. It can also be in Russian. Full screen. Okay. Uncanny Valley. Machine. Start. I wonder if it was written by AI as well. Do I seriously have to click each time I... Oh my god, I do. I hardly open my eyes. I wish I could stay in a dream forever, so as not to put up with the fall of the whole world. The monstrous sight of a trash-filled room stretches out in front of me. I don't think I'll be able to get rid of it anytime soon. Getting out of bed, I timidly stay away from the window and kick the plastic under my feet. Oh, that is certainly a choice for font. Peek behind the curtains. He's like, approaching the curtains, I feel a green glow on my skin coming from outside the window. That I don't think I like this font. The city behind it, everything around me, is just a frightening, twisted ghost of the past. It's like to be a hoarder. This is not a hoarder's house. This is baby hoarding. I stealthily pull back the curtain, peeking in. Only human-like shadows roam the street. Bloodthirsty shadows, creatures unknown to me, similar to humans and clumsily imitating us. They still go to the shops, drive cars, attend work, and return to their families. But as soon as they realize that you're not one of them, they will attack you like rabid dogs. In the early days, the screams of people did not stop even at night. So other humans! I step away from the window. I have not left my hiding place, and that is the only reason I am alive. My apartment is located in a half-empty part of the building. Check the refrigerator. I turn around in the opposite direction and open the refrigerator. Yeah, I agree 100%, Quiz. It's empty, of course. I mean, it's not hard to read, but it's like, there are so many better choices. Just wrappers and empty bottles. I was stupid to expect that something would appear there. Closing the door, I lay my head on it and sigh heavily. I tried to stretch my supplies, but unfortunately they ran out. I'll have to go out for more today. Use the computer. Just DoorDash it, dude. The screen lights up with a dim light. A browser window with an anonymous forum tab is open in the desktop. After the destruction of humanity, this is my only way to communicate without the risk of being killed. Survivors use the web to communicate, talk about their cases, and keep online diaries, so as not to go crazy. Oh god, it's the early 2000s again. We all got live journals in the apocalypse. But the machines are not asleep. They surf the internet, just like real people. Their speech and messages are indistinguishable from human ones. You will never be able to find out who was on the other side of the screen. A soulless killer, or a person like you. Great! Dora. That is why it is not accepted to share your location and real name on the forum. We are all scared, lonely people with no future. Leave a farewell message. I'll have to try going outside at CleanoPass _ 455550 hashtag 465885. I have no more food left. I'm sitting in a shelter full of garbage. I collected and ate the leftovers and crumbs yesterday despite my disgust. I'll have to follow your experience and try to go out pretending to be one of them. Maybe this is another trick, I don't know, but it looks like I have no choice. Those with whom I was able to communicate, thank you for comforting and listening to my thoughts. If I don't post another post in 24 hours, please add me to the death list. MySpace Tom. No, bro, we'll miss you. I understand you. My supplies will run out in about a month. I don't know what I'll do. Another fool on the list of the dead. People seriously believe that all humans have been replaced by machines, Lamau. After creating a branch, I take a deep breath and turn off the computer. I'm not in the mood to reply to messages. I also feel weak from hunger. I step away from the computer and start getting dressed, feeling a burning in my chest. On the internet, it is advised to wear a hood, go out in foggy or rainy weather, and behave as naturally as possible. Then I look out the front door. No one. I slip outside, locking the door. How do you... Okay, so if society is quote-unquote still moving along and robots are pretending to be people, how... What about money? What do you... How are you getting money if you're not leaving? Yeah, right, Bloodweave. When I leave the house, I carefully walk down the street. They won't pay attention to me if I act naturally. Covering my head with the hood, I walk towards the store, repeating the route to myself. I'm coming out of the left alleyway. I walk straight down the narrow street without turning anywhere. I go out onto the area and go down the stairs. Okay, I can't tell if this is written by AI either. You know, I have a feeling it is, but I can't tell for sure. And I go out onto the street of mechanical engineering, climbing over the mesh fence. Okay, maybe it is AI. Who says the street of mechanical engineering? I now see the sacred store and approach it. Yeah, it needs the unknown. My heart beats wildly every time the ghostly figures of people with their grotesque, clumsily gait pass by me. I try not to look up. I feel hazard in their every move, as if they're about to hit me. I do all the time. Dora. Oh my god, Dora's AI. Finally, I get to the store. Clutching the door handle like a lifeline, I open the door and step inside. Dora! The room greets me with a blinding greenish glow. I like how they tried to hide the AI images are crappy by giving it a really sickly green filter. It's so nice to be back inside the room, compared to the barely lit street. It seems safe here. But at the same moment, the feeling of security is dispelled by the silhouette of a man who has rise right in front of my eyes. Yeah, this is AI. The abyss, vaguely resembling a human face, descends on me and seems to be peering at me. His indifferent, emotionless gaze falling from above makes me truly afraid. Ooh, what do I do? Ooh, you know, let's save. Look him in the eye. Gathering my willpower, I swallow the lump in my throat and stretch my neck. I stand up to my full height and look into his eyes. After assessing me for a few more seconds, it silently passes by, quietly closing the door at the exit of the store. Actually, what happens if we don't look him in the eye? Rewind time. Larry Fitz walked back. I think it worked. I monkey past the scary machine. But before I could take a couple steps, the creature behind me grabs me by the neck. The last thing I hear is my bones breaking. Oh, okay, wow. Fair enough. Bitch, he has no face. Get past the reverse captcha. I know, right? Exhaling with relief, I go trying to pay attention to other visitors and concentrating on shopping. The machines accept the same money as before. I have enough of it. Oh, well, that answers my question. First of all, my basket is filled with pickles and a bunch of preserves. Thinking about it, I decide to take milk and bread to diversify my diet. I walk past them like ghosts. They float down the corridors from the shelves. Mostly, they no longer need to eat, but they still come here and walk around the store mindlessly, examining the goods. Walking over to the refrigerators, I see that most of the milk bottles are fresh. I am not a human. Someone carefully arranged them in the correct order, and it seems that every week they change the product to a new one. Not believing my eyes, I open the refrigerator and reach for one of the bottles. Recoiling, I turn my head toward the sound. The girl looks at the bottle that has fallen out of her hands, and it looks around anxiously. Her horrified gaze crosses mine. I immediately understand that this is a real person, not a machine. A young girl is the first living soul that I saw with my own eyes. She also understands that I am not one of them. Her lost look and facial expressions change, and she begins to move towards me in the hope of salvation. I step back, pretending not to notice her. She whispers, getting my attention. But I can't hear her. Yeah, this feels so flat. My gaze is riveted on the android hurtling behind her, which she doesn't seem to notice. I can pretend to be an android without getting involved and go home. Listen, this happened in New York City, not my business. Stay out of it. I pretend not, actually, no. Maybe I should save here. I pretend not to notice her. Looking at the snack shelves, I hear a girl trying to get my attention in a loud whisper. Hiding my growing horror, I choose the taste of chips with a stony face. They notice her. The android, who is standing not far from the girl, grabs her forearm with his iron grip, and she screams in pain. The others in the store drop their business and purchases, as if enraged, run to her scream. The girl helplessly calls for help, turns to me with a cry of pain and impotence. What the fuck? I have to keep pretending to survive. cheese, bacon, onion, crawfish, pizza, perhaps pizza. What the fuck? What? Oh god! It's what? It's the Peter Griffin meme. Love those AI chips. Androids surround her on all sides. I hear a few thuds against her and the sickening crunch of bones. Her scream is interrupted by an electrical pulse. While her limp body is being carried away by an android who arrives, tugging at it like an ordinary bag, I slip out of the store unnoticed and, trying not to look back, walk towards the house. At least it's not us. So I've been half paying attention. Uh-oh, we're gonna die because we shoplifted. Apparently that's the thing now. They've replaced people and yeah. I know, that's what I don't understand. Why are they like going about things normally and stocking stores with fresh food? My feet feel like they're bringing me home. In unconscious fear, I rush up to the shelter and finally slam the door behind me, leaving the horror somewhere behind. I collapse on the bed. I feel disgusting and empty. Blood. Ah! Fear does not let go of me, as does the image of a girl asking for help. The way the cars surround her. I'm sorry, the cars? I'm not going to get over my aversion to food anytime soon. And I will never overcome self-loathing. I need to talk about it. I grab my laptop and open the forum. Oh, did not help a person in a deadly situation. I got an achievement, yay, that means I have to... Wait, what? What? I didn't know. Wait, what? Hold on a second. What did it say? I was rubbing my eye. It said that they don't. And that they just pretend to be people online too, so don't like tell them where you are. That's how it ended. Wow. Okay. Try to help. He's in the back, throwing away with the bag of groceries. He's in the back, throwing away the bag of groceries. I rush to the girl. What? She turns around, holding the knife that suddenly appeared in her hand. Forward, but the android, without changing its face in any way, simply knocks it out of her thin hand with one light blow, and then tries to grab it. But she eludes him and hides behind my back. Help! A machine is approaching me. In an attempt to hold him back, I grab onto the snack rack and use all my strength, tip it over onto the machine. The robot finds itself under a mountain of food, and we both run to the exit at full speed, bypassing and jumping over obstacles in our path. I have to see that again. God damn it. Yeah, I mean, I can hear the whole store turning upside down. They're all after us like mad dogs. Throwing open the door of the store, we jump out. We need to get back to my hideout by the shortest route. Run wherever the girl says. Running out of the store, I turn back to the stranger. Hurry up, where did you come from? Where do we run to? Where? She's panicking, trying to figure out where to go, and we're wasting too much time. I see dozens of silhouettes slowly approaching us. They've got us surrounded. They grab me, metal hands easily neutralize me, dislocating my shoulder joint with a disgusting crack and pain. Before I can scream, an electric shock passes through my body and I lose consciousness. I feel metal needles digging into my limp body, tearing my flesh with terrible pain, but I can't even scream. Now, I'm one of them. Wow. What if I just leave it? Oh. Oh, they just kill you. Okay. you have to pick quick. Okay, climb over the fence. Hide from the pursuers. Not seeing a suitable spot, I turn around. A few seconds of hesitation and trying to find shelter cost us our lives. Oh no! What? Up the stairs. Run without looking back. Run ahead. Oh, that was wrong. Turn left. Turn. Okay. Let's see if my entrance. I get a second wind. I didn't know which one was my entrance. Ads are such a bitch. They are. I'm sorry. I open it for the girl and get that going myself. There's a loud metallic bang and then silence. Only 2 heavy breathing sounds are heard. We lost them. They lost us. I stare blankly at one point for a few more seconds, coming to my senses. Then, finally, I examine the girl. Young, athletic-looking, about 20 years old. Well, it's not surprising that such an athletic girl survived. Stop, what am I talking about? Maybe you should get to know her or introduce yourself in some way. My name is... Alright, what's my name? This is... I'm not one of those streamers, video. Edgelord! My name is Edgelord. After a few heavy sighs, she raises her head and looks at me warily and says her own. Ava. We walk up the stairs in silence. Back at the apartment, I let Ava inside and lock the door behind me. Damn, bitch, you live this way? Taking out my shoes, I sit down on the bed. I can't believe I'm alive and back home, so it is with another... And it is also with another real, living person. Ava looks around my room with indignation and slight aversion to garbage. Not daring to go any further, she hovers at the entrance, puffing out her cheeks.
Another has risen to join the flock.
Dude, anonymous gifter, thank you so much for that tier 1 sub to Bloodweave. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. No, why? Be thankful. Wow. I don't like trash. What a horrible mess you have. How can you even live in such a place? Ah. Oh, you're saying no to me. Not quite understanding the reason for her anger and, it seems, disappointment, I get up and shamefully invite her inside. How much I bet she's actually a robot. Come on in. Don't be afraid. There are spare slippers at the entrance. Thanks again for saving me, but of course, it's just terrible. It's not my fault. I didn't get a chance to take out the trash. Ava looks at me with mild disapproval and then closes her eyes, placing her hand on her face. Russian. Just... Oh my god, you're right. It kind of looks like, oh my god. Alright, so hold on a second here. Let's use Google Translate. Maha, fall, forget it. That's... wow. She goes inside my apartment and curiously examines it. My personal belongings, photos. Everything in here is green because that's the color of artificial intelligence. And then she approaches the shelves where a couple of old books and plastic minifigures are gathering dust. It's actually kind of nice here. Who were you before all this? Spice things up a bit! After thinking about it and involuntarily looking away, I begin. Well, I was... full-stack developer, also worked on databases and... Other interesting things? Oh, tell me more about it. It's very interesting. Have you ever dealt with robots? Yeah, this is 100% AI. Oh my god. At least I didn't pay anything for this. Oh, no robots. I was just sitting and coding important stuff. Yes. You still haven't told me anything. She sits down next to me, folding her hands in her lap. What about you? How did you live before them? Is it interesting? But we weren't sure if the dialogue was AI, but it's all 100%. I could tell, just the way it's written is bad. I look into her eyes with interest, not just like English as a second language bad, it's like AI bad. I've been dealing with my family. I only have mom and dad left. It takes a lot of effort to take care of an old lady. She's a little sick, you know, senile arthritis, arthrosis, in such a manner that it will outlive me. Haha. I interrupt her story, trying to ask her as carefully as possible. Well, what about them now? Are they alive? I see Eve's... I thought it was Ava's face changed dramatically. I shouldn't have asked her. They could have been killed by machines. God. Give her a hug. Carefully, moving closer, I put my hand on her shoulder and put my arm around the distraught girl for support. Ava doesn't resist, as if that's the way it should be. Then she straightens her back, wiping the tears from her face. but new ones immediately flow in their place, irritating the soft skin to redness. I stop hugging her. Sorry, the memories are too recent. I just can't come to terms with what's going on around me. With these monsters, with the fact that I'm in danger, that at any moment I or my loved ones can die. I'm sincerely trying to support her. We all lost someone when the world plunged into this madness. Everything is fine. Maybe you should speak it out. I only have my mom left. My old man is gone. Forgive me for crying and for being hysterical. I'm dumping everything on you like that. You said one sentence about how your mom is still alive, your dad was dead, and suddenly you're being hysterical, and wow. It's not a big deal. We'll have time to talk about it what we've been through. I also have something to share. It took her a while to come to her senses. Cheering up a little, she looked into my eyes. She seemed to have hope. And we also need to talk about what we're going to do next. Fears are harsh. It's getting dark outside. Ava walks over to the window and peeks behind the curtains. It seems pretty dark out there. Then turns around to face me and sighs deeply. I'm sorry, but I have to go. It seemed quieter outside, and it would be easier to get home in the dark. How do you know those computers can't, like, see with, like, infrared vision or, like, you know, lasers or some shit? She pulls up her hood, which she's not wearing, and I can see her face becoming serious and focused. But how will you get home? Aren't you afraid? Why don't I come with you? No, it's a lot of attention if we're seen together. She looks away. The air in the room seemed to grow heavier. Without saying anything, I walk to the door and open it, letting the girl out into the entryway. Don't dare being hysterical. After walking a couple of steps down the stairwell, the girl turns to me. I'll see you around. Who knows? With a cheeky farewell smile, she hurried downstairs. I listened to her small, quick steps gradually moving further downstairs, and then the echo of the metal slamming in the entry door. Goodbye, Ava. Exhaling, I closed the apartment door. Good night for him. I'm alive. I can't tell in one post what I had to go through during the short trip on the street. In the store, in addition to the products, I was able to meet a real person. Alive! She pretended to be an android just like me, but less successfully. Ha ha. You can't imagine how frighteningly strong these creatures are. We miraculously returned to me with food. But that girl decided to leave. I'm not sure I'll see her again. Maybe we should have been more open with her. Earn more trust. The main thing is you don't kill yourself because of it. You are alive and back to us. A living person? Yes, you should be happy. Maybe we all still have a chance against them. Wow, you're back. Or now one of those creatures is writing instead of you. Who knows? Why do you need to communicate with real people? Same thing with girls. Gentlemen, please continue to stay at home and everyone will be safe. Real man. What the hell is this game? Wow. That was certainly something that a machine made.